Hey Twin Flames, just a quick introduction. I'm going to post the remaining two parts of the recent Twin Flame video that I was meant to post in one yesterday, but it was way too long. So yeah, I'll be posting these two now. Just thought leave a brief introduction, so it's just not going straight into me talking. But yeah, it is the same, film them in the same go. So yeah, here you go, part number 2. All right, so yeah, a lot of information. I think also because I did twin flame readings during the last 3 months, but they were a bit more on the go, on the fly. There was some disconnection, so it seemed that spirits is barging in and have a lot to say, so bear with me. So let's have a look at you. But they could never imagine that they miss you like they miss you, and they really feel like you were feeling back then. So for you, even, I mean, for many of you, this twin could be years ago. For some of you, could even be years ago. You moved on, you have your own life and everything here. You might have a child with this person, you might have a child with someone else, you might have a pet, or you have like nephews, nieces. You have really got your own life here, and you have given up on this connection. That's how I see you, and it's because you have given up on this connection that also they're picking up that they have always felt that if they contacted you, well, you would just jump through hoops for them. But it's different now, and they know that it's different. It's as if they are sort of amazed how, without speaking to you, hearing about you, seeing something about you, because this person is also like, no, maybe they don't even use social media. I see someone here could send their friend, right? They're like, can you check? Can you check where they are? Can you drive past their house? They have a friend, they send their friend to check. Their friend could be an air sign, and their friend come back with the news, and they're like, but their friend also speaks to their friends, right? They could be in a group where, socializing, of course, as you do, friends. People think that men don't gossip, probably even worse. Anyway, the information's been leaked that they've sent someone to find out information about you, and someone here is livid. It was the final drop for someone here. Because, anyhow, this person is someone that have not been showing any romantic feelings to anyone else but you. And that could have been for a short moment if you were in a relationship. Yeah, they showed, but this is someone that helped pack all their romantic stuff, because again, they were on the journey of the emperor in control, abusing their control in a way. They are not, once they get who they want, they park them at home. This person here could have only one number 1 in their birth date, meaning, so of course, anyone born in 2000 and up, is very, that could be frequent to have no number 1s. The number, actually, yeah, that's true. They need to write a new numerology book, and I need to get it. I bought this book years ago, of course. Just when you get older, time you just look back and it's like, was that 25 years ago? So if you read, I have a numerology book, and it says that people with number 1 in their birth date. So let's say you are born the 19th of August 2000, right? So you will have 1908-2000. Only one number 1, so that's what I mean. If you can read up about it, and then there is is at least up until, yeah, well, suddenly I'm getting a realization here that we have changed numerology book, but just let's say, for the sake of it, many of you could be still in that been born in the 1990s, right, up to 2000, right? There is also people born here listening that are born in 2000. Nevertheless, gonna get that new numerology book. Number 2, however, that's why I actually coming to that. I see and notice when I'll give you an example. When I was traveling, right, this person came up to me, this so sweet, right, and I just spoke to the person for a while, and that person was just like pouring their heart out, right, much younger than me, and I lied about my age, which I do, was just having a drink at the bar, right. Anyway, I'm 45, but I often say I'm 35. Save yourself from a lot of trouble. Anyway, people born in their 2000 and up, I notice at least, they're very kind and very open, and also they can easily be friends with both gender. They don't really take let's say, this kind of showing feelings so seriously, right? I see that. It's like, yeah, I love you, and that's, whilst anyone born in the up to 1999, right, I find that it is that strategic, right? We don't really say that easily that we love someone, especially those with 1 number ones. Like if you go behind, right, 1 number ones in their birthday, they often are someone that can live with someone for 20 years, never say that they love them. And if someone asks them, they will say, how would I live with this person for 20 years and go to work, pay the bills, look after the children if I didn't love them? Stupid question, right? But if you tell someone that was born in 2000, and I had a conversation about that the other day, anyway, stop talking now. Something like that. 1 number one. And not 1 number one, also in a birth date of someone, have a delayed reaction. It's very much delayed. Delayed in the way of showing joy and showing anger. Delayed. So 2 number ones, which is normal, well, most have it in my time at least. That means that if they don't like something, they will say it in a relationship. If they love someone, they will say they love them. They could be saying, I want to break up today, and they don't think much of it. But if you with 1 number one and say stuff like you want to break up with them, for them that is super serious. Anything is super serious for 1 number one. You tell someone you want to break up, they take your word for it. You say to someone that you want to, because I've observed it, you love them, they call the priest and you get married. They're very, very serious in their endeavors, but they can also have delayed effect. So if someone says that to them, and this person have had trauma in their childhood, they have a delayed reaction. Here, that this person have a delayed reaction about their feelings for you. Super delayed reaction. That they let their 10 of Cups slip through their fingers. It's a nightmare to this person. It is an absolute nightmare. They're waking up in sweats, and this is when you have really the 9 of the Swords. It is that that all the years they could have spent with you, built with you, been part of you, have a child with you, have family with you, and that's what their soul truly, truly, truly wanted. They spend the time to push you away, and you become someone extraordinary. So they are still healing here, and it's not about them watching a picture and see, oh, you have a good selfie, right? I mean, these days you can't trust anyone's selfies, including mine. Right, they go through. I recommend using Snapchat filters. I don't know which one I'm using, but there's one I actually googled, and I was like, can they remove a Snapchat filter forever? Like, what am I going to do? I have to change everything, right? I'm here of the horse, quite vain. I'm quite open about it as well. Anyway, so their feelings, they are amazed how they want something so badly, and they want something so badly that they could have had, but they lost. They are trying to come to terms with why they are feeling like this, because this could be years ago. Again, they are like, well, it would be very awkward if I give them a call now. I've ignored them for about 10 years, and now I pick up the phone, I want to call them. Do I want to be humiliated like that, or what's the worst that can happen, right? I don't see them in a fear, actually. I see that they will do that. This person here is experiencing, there is pain here. They're experiencing pain. And I'm also seeing, and this is quite sad, that there could be another family member or there is a friend, there is someone very close to them that tells them, look, you have to stop waiting till people die to hear their last wish so you can follow it. And someone is telling them that, you know, I know you loved so-and-so. We never told you that because you were so occupied with other stuff. We were young. You didn't seem to care. But now I see that I should have also said to you, why don't you go and spend time with them? I should have supported you. I'm sorry. Right? So, see here? You also, I mean, in your current environment, so I'm picking up that you are sort of, this person that is reaching out to you now, it will remind you of sadness, regret, and sorrow to do with this connection. Here you are in your, when it comes to this person, there is a cycle that is completed. And you are desiring home and family and establishment, financial security, right? This person contacting you, your counterpart, and this time I'm seeing, because, you know, twin flame journeys, connections, this reading is for someone that have not spoken to this person for a very long time. I'm usually honest about how I see it. Sometimes it's like someone is in the middle of then it's chaotic, right? There's a honeymoon period, someone's missing, it's frantic energy. This is actually a true separation that has taken place. This is where the spiritual learning is coming into play. This is where you don't know if you want any relationship or anything to do with this particular person. The journey continues, right? You, in your current environment, feel self-reliant. You become that, you know, quick with ice queen or ice man. Cycles are completing here as well. Now, so I do see here this person contacting you, telling you that they want success with you. It's at first it's exciting, and then you feel overwhelmed. Something tells me to change the deck. All right, yeah. It's sorry, I need to see if the camera is on. I have done readings and it goes off. Anyway, I can't repeat readings. So, okay. What's happening in your environment? Let's talk about you. So, you have become, so, in your case, whilst they have buried themselves around people to soothe their wound, you could bury yourself in work to soothe your wound, so that you don't notice also what you have missed out on. Wow. I could see that you are working too much, replacing, there is a wound within some of you. Either you didn't want children, or you could have had an abortion, or this is something to do with this person, something to do with the child that was never born, but you were not pregnant, so it doesn't have to be a sad thing. I don't see that there is a wound, but you are also acknowledging here that when you hear from your person, you are acknowledging that perhaps you always waited for them to come back, but you didn't want to admit it. You didn't also want to admit your feelings, because I see that you are very stubborn about your feelings. So you could be also saying that, I don't, look how many roses I bought to myself in the end. Perhaps some of you became a bit cynical, and it's that I buy roses for myself. I do everything for myself, right? I'm happy, right? And also usually the Queen or King of Swords, they are happy. It's just, if you ask anyone, Queen or King of Swords, yeah, they're happy. They would be like flustered if you say, have any feelings? Well, what do you mean, have feelings? Like, no. So now the feelings about your person here. So something that you are aware of that is like, wow, they're on a distance. You could get the stargazer out. You could look up to the star, the Aquarius, talking to them on the web. Communication is here. The communication will be very nice, and you will appreciate the communication. This time the communication between two of you is very, no one is nervous. I think they are nervous, but you are not nervous. They see different sides to you. You won't jump up and down when you get the message. You won't ask someone to proofread your messages. You won't create drafts before you send it. You are sort of, yeah, here I am. Here's my communication. So you realize though that you have a lot on your plate. You have plans. And when they contact you, is that they're going to be very blunt and very sort of, I want to move forward, right? Because they're going through an awakening. I see that you will push back here, because you have also gotten used to not having anyone romantic towards you in that way. So you could be a bit cynical, but I see here you are sort of, I'm working, traveling, this is my world. Back off. I am happy. Like, see here, they want to shout through, That's not one of the you shout through, but I just see that you are sort of snaring that, look, I take pictures of myself, I say self, I send roses to myself, I even have a great relationship with my siblings, kids, or I have a dog now, I have a cat now, I have a baby, right? The baby could be a business. I work so much, I feel satisfied here. So this sadness, regret that I have here is camouflaged by all this, right? And you work so hard. And you're realizing here there's something that you will sort of, you're also planning something, a change in your career, a shift, but you want to explore something before you do that. So this person contacting you, it would be a complete spanner in your work. So you are like, what? Now? You are sort of, at first you are not even acknowledging. You feel good though. Six of Wands is always feeling good, but you are sort of, nah. So you have become sort of aloof. Yeah, right. When you also have a lot of success, you are appreciating it. You become a true manifester. You are appreciating the success, but also here, you could come to realize yourself that, oh, there's been a lot of passion in my work, right? I raised to the top, got this thing down. I got this thing down. I mean, could life possibly get any better in terms of your career? Let's say it's something like that. But you have not acknowledged your own feelings. You've been running away from your feelings. Or again, if you ask someone that with a, I would say air sign, they'd be like, no, I do what I want. If I wanted love, I wanted love. But you know full well that twin flame union, there is, anyone in a twin flame union probably would know, but I am not, right? So you would know that how that person could complement you, and it would be like a stone in your shoe if they came and you ignore them. You would know if it was a random person, someone you dated back ages ago, let's say, right? You fell out of love with them. It is unlikely that you will feel flustered about it. You will be like, oh wow, that's nice. They're getting in touch with me, and yeah, great. I'm gonna have a drink with them, or I'm gonna call them one time, right? But this person, when they contact you, you start automatically thinking about the future, because they are thinking about the future. But you are thinking, what have they got to offer? Right, they probably have baggage. So you're thinking of it very sort of practical, but you're both thinking of it. You're both thinking of commitment and the future with each other as soon as you think of each other. And you are sort of trying to not think about them. You could feel very annoyed that this person contacts you, and you feel even more annoyed that you are thinking about them, that you even are starting to think about the future as well. And you are what, me? No, I already decided I wasn't going to have children. Or look, I already decided that they have children from an old marriage. Like, that is not, oh, no. You are sort of with your hands in the head, like, no, that's not me. I am single, got, into my gym, into my grooming, right? Things are going swimmingly. I am not falling for that mouse trap, right? But I see it as more of a, how I see you tackling it is more of a, it's as if a long lost, if it was, right, a friend that you truly love this friend, and if you haven't spoken to them for whatever reason for a very, very long time, if they're back in your life and you know that you're irritated, you know that this is an unconditional love. If it is a family member that you haven't been in touch with for a long time, but they need you, and you know that now I'm going to think of this, I don't have time, like, where were you when I needed you? There's something about, again, family member, is tradition, you are sort of, you also do know that there are certain people in one's life that even if you think they're going to be in the way because you have, your calendar is sharp and suddenly someone dropped their dog over at your place, or maybe you have to watch their child and you're like, no, I'm not gonna look after their child. They got the child, but actually when you ignore the loved one's request or please help me, you actually might be affected in your work because everything is linked together. So you are thinking of something here. You are sort of, okay, I have learned something on my spiritual journey. It is linked, I do know that, because if you completely remove everything that has to do about love and you're thinking about it only put from the logic saying, right, if I'm going to make the most out of my time, right, I'm going to, let's say if there was no feelings, right, and your only purpose was to have a certain wealth and health, right, and success. Yes, if you just calculate how many hours you need to sleep, how many hours you need to work, you could have 2-3 businesses, right? You can have 2 businesses, 3 businesses, right? If you operated like a robot, of course, you will be, at the White House, at the White House by Christmas. So you could have been thinking for a while that everything is measured in time. You could be, the Queen of Swords can be taking all the emotions out, but there is also a lesson here to be learned that the success in one's life, because we are human, because we need all elements in our existence, right? That, yes, say that you spend a couple of evenings a week with, because I'm getting here, you are looking after someone. It will actually enhance your success. At first, it will be you thinking, you're thinking how you could do with money, for example. If you think someone that is good at manifesting finances, I believe I'm one of them actually, much better with finances than anything else. It is that be generous with your time to people that care for you, be generous with your wealth to people that you care for, you will get that back. There are certain things that you don't have to calculate in, exchange, right? This is not the current, exchange. You're not going and saying, here's my pounds, I want this many euros. Okay, we're even, Steven, this is a good exchange. So you could also be realizing with this person contacting you that your success is there, but it's clear you're reflecting because you have also evolved. If you haven't evolved, if you didn't evolve, this person wouldn't connect with you because, again, I'm going back to the rubber band that I discussed earlier. I'm also seeing 1919. You can look that up. Number 9 can be a royal number. Number 9, you can sometimes see people at the throne. Successful, they have a royal vibe about them. All right, so you are exploring the cup. So again, if this is not someone you are looking after in your current environment, a baby of some kind, you are exploring that you cannot remain the success and you cannot also sustain it by not bringing in love and emotions. Because who is it for in the end, right? For centuries, the saying is money can't buy happiness. And for many of us, especially this year, all you hear about is that, of course, money can buy happiness. I mean, that is ridiculous to even say that. I think anybody that's, personally as well, you ups and downs in life, right? Oh yeah, you've had hard times and good times with money, right? But money will never equal happiness. It equals freedom and comfort, but never happiness. In that way, you can't replace it. Trust me, I can go on about that for a long time. So you know that, with the family life, there's responsibilities, but you want to avoid it. I see that you want to avoid it if you can. You could be someone very successful. Again, you have your dreams set up. You also, but I don't see, do you see that there's no devil here? I don't see that you're bringing in someone with baggage. But because you have so much to do, right? You are like Knight of Swords. Someone is contacting you when you're working. You're like, in my core working hours, this person, after 10 years, I'm not saying it's 10 years. I see it's more like 6 years, maybe 4 years. I see, could be less than that. But anyway, the time that they come in with this rose, right? Or approach you you're picking it up that this person got something to say, you are sort of snaring inside. And the first thing you're thinking of is your wound. It is natural. The first thing you're thinking of is entrapment, back to my wound, but you don't feel the wound, but you feel regret. But you open the message, you return the message. Your person's going to feel, whew, the worst is over. All right, next. I'm going to be strategic, but they are loyal to their strategy, right? They know they can't be too forceful with you. Page of Wands, right? They might go back looking, they might ask their friends, because now they have to go back to the drawing board. But the Lovers, right? The Lovers is also, of course, love towards your business, your family. This is where, you feel that you are in the right place. But here it is a realization on the top of Five of Cups that there is such thing as unconditional love. Because there is a connection here that have unconditional love once the wounds are healed. It will, this again, it seems, because today it's a calm one, that in the past it could have been very much sort of nervous tension built up when approaching one another. Like it's like, it's something about a tension. It's that, if they said something out of place to you, if they more triggered your wounds, you felt that you needed ages to recover, right? Or this disturbed you. It disturbed your mind, it disturbed your heart. So you have protected your heart. But see here, we have strength here. It is that you have now reached a place where you are confident and secure within yourself. You could also be looking at someone, you didn't want to look at them before because they hurt you. You just was like, oh, out of mind, out of sight. Now you're looking over your shoulder like, oh. And also I see here that you are realizing also that you could have painted someone too black. But it was that, no, out of sight, out of mind, that's it. And you could have also asked your friends, and your friends were like, no, they don't give you the time of day. Of course, they know you're soulmate twin flame. What are you talking about? But you know that both of you know that you are. There is a knowing here that you are. There's a connection here that is meant to be, and it's working together in synchrony. This is a connection right now, what I'm picking up, because I have done many readings where some could be a karmic twin flame, but where there is this person, you know, one of you are in this like middle of the mayhem, right? Middle of the time where you will never look to change, right? So the scenario of you living under one roof or so would just seem absolutely, yeah, impossible. But here is something that was impossible becoming possible. They don't want to live in a world without you. I won't sing the song again, I promise, but it's a bit catchy. It is very, very, very cheesy. Sorry, no judgment. But then it's catchy. It's now in my mind. Loving you was easy. Thought you never leave me. Yeah. There is a realization here from two people about the love and the actual commitment you have to one another in a way of actually seeking recognition. You two have this thing as well where you constantly meet in the 5D and give each other a round of applause. In the real life, right? No round of applause, but you have it in the knowing that this person applauds for you. They will clap in silence. You know that they see your what you do, and they are they could also be intimidated, right? But they, in the past, they were sort of saying like, oh, that's so much. Like they boast. You could be someone that boasts about what you do when it's like, again, I'm seeing two people, maybe you're together when you're really young. Again, when you're my generation, then you're, you look at mid-30s as young, but when I was in the 30s, then you looked at as an older person. So anyway, at that time, they could be a little bit younger than you. They could be, I'm picking up like 7 years. 7 years. See, and they looked at you as someone that is like your dreams, what you spoke about. Maybe you went out drinking and stuff like that, and when you just, it's like you were young and you're just like very like out there. And this person, used to look at you, and he or she used to think that I wish I could be like them. But at the time, because they were protecting their wound, they were like, oh my God, they were a little bit embarrassed. And actually now they hear their friends saying, oh no, I love how they were so open and so themselves, right? They just laid everything on the table. But you, meanwhile, could have looked at your person and thought, what boring they are. They're boring. They don't show me any romance. They don't show me anything. You could have been annoyed that you even have any feelings for them at all. You could have been really annoyed and thought, wow, for the longest time, you could have thought, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? This person here, I run after them, I spend time with them, they only talk to their friends, let's say, or they could have been on the phone to someone. This is not about them being, I don't see them being with you and at the time like replacing you. It's not that, it's their focus. It was more their focus I'm picking up, that they were not focused on you. And they had to really lose the connection fully to realize, completely fully, meaning they lost you fully for a long time and you have moved on. You could have had several partners after that, or maybe you are married. You could be married here with the 10 of Pentacles, right? You could, or there is also, maybe you have recently got separated. Things are changing. You will see this will be one of the Mercury retrogrades that I would say that is going to be the most highest percentage. If there was a statistics on the stock market, right? I don't know nothing about the stock market, by the way. There will be, skyrocketing 70% divorce in the month of September. Sorry. And isn't it surprising when you move into Virgo, which is the most grounding month, right? That I would say that is like, shouldn't you realize that? So, but it's because people realize they see everything for what it is, coming out of illusion. See, could be dealing with the Libra, Knight of Wands, King of Wands. So I also see that you are. You become a great manifester. You have walked away from someone here. You could also, I also see for some of you, this person coming back into your life and you connecting with this person is going to see around you as well that you're enjoying certain type of attention, but actually it's not really what you want. So whether you are dating or not dating, or just you're getting a lot of attention here, you are sort of, nah, I don't really want that attention, right? I don't want that attention. I do see here that Knight of Cups, coming with a heart on the sleeve, taking a lead in love. This person coming in, however, could also make you realize here that that, you know, this is a good thing, but there is something that you need to walk away from. I definitely see here. So you have two of wands. You know what? For many of you, you could actually be in a place of saying, well, the thing is, if I was to tell you the frank truth here, I'm not sure who's my twin flame, but I'm here anyway in the reading, but I'm trying to figure out who is it? Is it him or him? Or is it her or her? I need to know who it is. Can you please give me the name? I'm getting that. So for some of you could be like, how can I not know who's who? So I do see that there is two people in your life that is on a distance and you have a specific connection with them, and you are still trying to find out who is your twin. So the Ace of Pentacles, right? And I would say how you will find out, it is who shows up in your dreams. It is who triggers you, who will trigger you. It is also the person that will give you, I would say, the most attention, that is a bit maybe flamboyant about it. I don't think it is them, right? That's not the one. If you are, okay, this is my twin flame. See, someone here know they have to take a stand for you. They also know they're approaching you with someone that is strong and you have courage. Your person is coming into that, okay, they are loyal towards their goal, but they are not experienced here, right? And I also see that this person, they're on their own. This is not someone that will, your twin here, at least as I see them, your twin, that is the person that you could end up in a long-term relationship with, they are the one that say the least. Now, they are maturing here, but they are also uneasy about their new journey. For the longest time, they have lived, they could be with a Leo, right? I think we spoke about the cats in the cradle last time. So any transition is not sort of waking up, blank canvas, everything is out, but it's point of no return. They want to be here independent. Someone have done something to them, but that person is also very manipulative. That person is coming back. That person also is seeing that your person had the ability to switch around to become the emperor upright. And they're not having it, so they could come back with their seduction that have always worked on your person. The interesting thing here is that the person that you thought might be your twin flame or someone that you will end up with have the same behavior as the person towards them. So your life could be very similar when it comes to suitors here. Very, very similar. And because both of you, I see here, is someone that you could be very attractive, but you have an aloof approach about you. So you have always been hunted by someone that takes charge and someone that, you know, they could be very, so for example, your person and you, let's say in the bedroom, you both could be shy when you are around each other, unless you maybe have something to drink. Let's say that's the case, all right? Maybe it's not, all right? But just to give you an example, then you have the Queen of Wands. Because they are a bit shy, they don't want to show it. They are maybe the strong silent type. They don't want to show that they are not, they're not a hero in the bedroom, like whatever that means. But just you get the gist. So this person could be someone like they would just rock up at their house, right? They look flawless, right? They know how to move their body, like because to be sexy is different than beauty. It's all different. So this person is realizing that the person they're with, there could be someone very like erotic. They know how to move, and they thought that was love, and they were also, that was another thing that they mirrored with you, that we're like, well, nothing will happen in this connection because there could have been a bit of shyness and awkwardness, because you are so similar that when you're around each other, it could have felt like the most awkward thing in the world to at some point, to, especially when you recognize the feelings for each other, you could have felt fickle. It's like the first time you kiss someone when you're a teenager, right? I think anyone remembers that. So it is a bit like that. So they were like, no, I'm the emperor and I'm in control, right? I'm the boss here. So I do not want to have my mood. Yeah. I don't want to have my ego questioned or bruised. See, how I act is what I attract. And yes, they did. They attracted someone that because it was easier for them to have someone that's very seductive, right? They're very forceful in their way, right? And they thought that was love. And I see you have the same thing. This could be someone, again, younger than you, someone that's very sort of infatuated by you. There's a lot of lust and a lot of attention. I'm seeing that you're attractive, and then you could have also felt like it's comfortable, right? So here I'm seeing there's something here that needs to be left, and a wound that needs to be addressed, and that is, do I want love, or do I want to be in a connection that is based on lust, right? So if you want I'm not saying that if you're with your twin flame, there should be an awkward and there is no there's no I have to be careful with my words these days on YouTube, so you know what I mean. They are like, but why? Why are they looking at, let's say, the way someone should be in the bedroom, like by the book? What is that? I mean, if you even hear about it when people say like, that person is good in bed, for me, I always laugh. Like, what does that mean? Like, people have, Adam and Eve, right? The lovers, they know how to figure it out, and it's love, right? But it's, this person here is someone that we're like, by the book, they could have discussed with their friend, right? And they'd be like, yeah, this person does so and so. And they felt sort of, oh yeah, mine does that too, right? It's a bit like that. It's a bit, of course, anyone probably will talk like that at some point with their friends. And you could have asked your friends to say like, and maybe, and it's like a funny scenario here actually, is that you could have felt like also confident, but a bit unsure of how, for example, how to act in the bedroom. For you, it's not something that you study, or you could be a bit prude, or, let's say if you are just a bit, I believe in love, I believe things happen how they are, but when it comes to the physical part, it makes me feel a bit off. So you could have even, this is kind of funny, so you could have asked for like to do lessons, how you act in the bedroom, because you could feel like shy or something. And people don't really talk about that much, but that's a thing, right? It's not always about, people talk about, oh yeah, how are you comfortable with being nude? I mean, it's like that's just one part, but what about all the other parts? So I see here, you two together, let's say in the bedroom, you could have been very nervous around each other. Maybe I had to have a drink, which most do, but because that nervousness could have been so much there that it was like, actually we can't really relax around each other, like it's a bit of that, but that's because your wounds were suddenly, like constantly being flared open, your nervousness. So when they were like, I'm in their masculine energy, they're like, okay, now I got this down. This is how it should be, right? And you could have been the same. There is someone around you that is like, you could have said, well, this is how they should give me attention, right? They compliment me, they seduce me, they do this, they do that. That's what I want. So you could have been like towards this person thinking that, see, you never told me I'm good looking. They're telling me that I'm good looking. Can't you see there's something about you as well inside that you're like, you both have a bit of that. But here the wounds are healing, right? It's It's a process now that's evolving. I'm picking up two people that is letting go of those hang-ups, let's say, and that are breaking down these doors about, you know, because there is love here, there is a lot of attraction here. It is also two people experiencing, when it comes to both of you again, attractive people. Yes, if you want excitement, it could be there, but here it is been wearing thin. But someone is around them they could have recently broke up with. It's not working in terms of a relationship, but this person is still here changing their ways, shall I say. I hope you did enjoy number 2 of the twin flame reading. Again, I don't know why it's so long, I had a word again with spirits. So what are you going to give me all these messages each time? I'm gonna make a fool out of myself. Why can't I just say, why do I have to say all that stuff? Anyway, it is what it is. So, but hopefully I would say for those of you that are on a twin flame journey, I do also pick up from the comments is very analytical, perhaps just, you know, in a different mindset, right? Not saying that good or bad, it's just twin flame readings. They're going to be this way, so a lot of babble, but this is the end of the 2, but everything again was filmed on the same day, right? So I just wanted to add a small clip at the end. All right.